Good morning, everybody. Let's take a look at this headline from CNN. Arab American teen in New York attacked with a baseball bat. You see something wrong with that headline right away, don't you? So you see, nothing is more American than baseball, hot dogs, and apple pie. As a kid, I had a bat, a ball, and a glove, and I spent many an hour playing baseball. If it had been me and my Louisville slugger, well, the terminology in that headline would have had to have been a hell of a lot stronger than attacked. I would have been swinging for the fences. So, why isn't the race of the individual who attacked this poor 18-year-old boy in the headline? Let's read on and find out. An Arab American teenager in New York was assaulted with a baseball bat earlier this month in what the Council on American Islamic Relations? Holy shit, they slipped that in there, didn't they? That doesn't sound so bad unless you break it down to what we all know it as CARE. CARE is the group that has ties to Hamas and the Muslim Brotherhood. And the UAE, that's the United Arab Emirates, well, that government has CARE designated as a terrorist group. So let's see what this terrorist group has to say. It's calling it an anti-immigrant, anti-Arab, and racially charged attack. So CARE wants to call it anti-Arab and racially charged. Let's take a look at the story a little bit more. This brazen attack on the teenager is disturbing and has no place in our city, said Ahmad Mohammed, the legal director of the organization's New York chapter, in a statement on Wednesday. Let's be specific again. We're talking about CARE. The terrorist group has said this. No one should be attacked or live in fear because of their race or ethnicity. The assailant made his motives very clear, and the NYPD needs to open a hate crime investigation. Oh, that's very rich coming from CARE, isn't it? It goes on to say that the teen was attacked in Staten Island by a neighbor over a parking dispute. A police source told CNN, wow, maybe that's why it's not being stemmed as a hate crime. It's the kid's neighbor. Let's see what else it says. The man punctured El Sayad's rear passenger tire and struck him with a baseball bat when he got out of his car to check the damage, CARE said in a statement. I want to see what the police report says. According to the organization, the attacker also threatened to kill Sayad and his friends while they waited for the police, using several anti-Arab slurs and telling them to go back to your country. Why, this sounds like a white racist, a regular Nazi. Why haven't they yet identified the race of this racist in the story? Oh, let's go on. New York Police Department Detective Hubert Reyes told CNN there is no mention of racial epithets in the police report. So when Al Sayad made the police report, he forgot to mention all those racist slurs and epithets, or maybe he just thought them up later on. El Sayad told CNN that he believes he told the police about the epithets. Well, your imagination is good anyway. Let's go on a little bit more. I'm still waiting to find out who the hell this racist is. It hurt, El Sayad said about the racial epithets. It hurt hearing where I come from being used against me because he doesn't like it. I thought they said this kid was Arab American. This kid is identifying himself by his country of origin, Egypt. He is not identifying himself as an American. It would be like, go ahead, call me a Hun, a frog, a spick, or anything other those, or many other national ethnic slurs. I'm a real poi dog. I'm just about part of everything, but I don't identify by any of those countries my ancestors came from. I'm an American. Call me an American and watch me beam with pride. Police arrived and arrested the neighbor, Amelia Lopez. Oops, maybe that's why they took this long to mention the guy. He's not white after all. Uh-oh. The 41-year-old man is charged with assault in the 2nd degree, criminal possession of a weapon in the 4th degree, and harassment, the New York Police Department said. So it appears that they listened to what this kid said. They saw how severe his injuries were, and they appropriately charged this 41-year-old man with everything he should have been charged with. But they didn't charge him with what the terrorist care group wanted him charged with, because it didn't happen. CARE New York says it wants the attack invested as a hate crime. Of course they do. Muslims are the religion of peace, and they would never do anything to hurt anybody, would they?